Yeah. This big Giants talk of New York with a skyline bleeds. Basketball dreams in the football seas. Got a mic in the hand and a vision that feeds. In the fantasy realms where the ghost dog leads. He's a shadow on the court and a phantom on the field. Timberland stomping, truth never concealed. Got my podcast lit, each story revealed. Talk Ryan legends and hoops that appeal. From the shadows of MetLife to Mike's last track. GhostDog repping Big Blue, never looking back. Podcast sales, that's deep in the fog. Gridiron echoes follow the phantom dog.
Yeah, yes, oh yes, you know what time it is, man. Another episode of GhostDog's Big Talk with the Giants Talk. Yes, man, a couple things to go over. GM Joe Schoen had a pre-draft presser today. Thought I'd hop on here, you know what I mean, and give you guys my opinion as I seem to notice a couple things. But before all that, man, you already know what time it is. If you are new to the channel, if you are new to the tribe, make sure you hit subscribe. Yes, and make sure to smash the like, especially if you appreciate the way I spit on this mic. Without further ado, man. Oh, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the Shakedown Shenanigans with LRP. Make sure you tap in over there as well, subscribe and all that. You know, show the brothers some love, man. Putting in the good work. First episode of Shakedown Shenanigans, dope as hell. But without further ado, again, Joe Schoen was in a little bit of a hot seat in front of the cameras, in front of the white lights, as they say. And them joints be beaming. I know from personal experience. You know what I'm saying? And just right off the rip, they asked him, like, you know, the Dexter Lawrence situation, what's going on there? You know what I'm saying? And he was very clear, very adamant, you know, that him, Coach, and Aponte, Don Aponte, was having some good talks with the representation as far as, like, you know, the people on Dexter Lawrence's team and all that. So as far as Joe Schoen, from what it sounds like, there's going to be a deal that gets done. At least I hope so. He deserves it. Right off the rip, I'm going to say it. I'm just, as a Giants fan, I'm just tired of seeing talent move on and have successful careers and just us continue to just waste it away. So if you're going to come in here and do like a culture change, a shake-up, if you will, and a shakedown of the entire organization, why not start with something like giving somebody a good deal that deserves it? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been needing his top 3 money in the league because that's what he is. And there's going to be some Giants fans out there that say, like, oh, down year this, down year that. Let's trade him away while there's still high draft capital worth. I say nay to all that stuff. And I respect the opinion. Don't get me wrong. And I appreciate it. However, again, whether it's 26 down in Philly, Williams, or Love out there in Seattle getting busy, come on, man. Enough's enough. Let's stop the trend and let's start a new one. And let's pay the man. And even though I will say this, he did echo the words that Coach Harbaugh said with his presser, that nobody's above being traded, or everybody's tradable, more along those lines. So with this scenario, however, I see it happening more likely than not. He's going to get paid. It's going to look anywhere from 25 per to 30 per. And I'm good with giving him 27, man. I'm good with that. And, you know, there's going to be those naysayers saying, like, oh, even with him in there, our run game stoppage is going to be, you know, lackluster. I say nay to all that. Nay, because, yo, I've seen him not play in the game, and I've seen the damage that was done from the opposing team's offense as far as running the ball is concerned. So I don't need to see any more. Let's make sure we got that anchor piece in the middle and pay the man. He comes in motivated. I think a lot of that had to do, you know, I think his motivation had a lot to do with that situation last year. I honestly do. So there's that with that. He was also asked about the draft, whether or not there was going to possibility of trading up or down. He mentioned as well that Donald Ponte is going to be involved with the wheeling and dealing aspect as far as draft day. If there's any deals to be made with teams who have possible interests in moving up, or whatever have you, moving down possibly. So, there's that, and also possibly moving back into the first from the second with no third rounders. That's going to be hard to do. I just don't see that happening. I see more of a trade down scenario more than anything else. If we do move up, it might be like a situation where we move into the third round from like the fourth. But as far as like from the second to the first, it's gonna be a lot to try to pull that off. But hey, let's see what happens, man. It might come draft day, it might play into our favor in a lot of ways than we expect. So stranger things have happened for the Giants on draft days. Moving on, they asked him as far as what they could do at number 5. And I'm sorry to say, again, Shakes, hey man, it is what it is. It's just looking like your boy Love is just not going to be the pick, man, because they asked him flat out. And he said flat out, man, I like how the running back room looks with Tracy, Scotabo. You know what I mean? They still got Singletary. I don't even want to talk about him, but Turbo Miller is something to talk about. And he even mentioned Eric Gray. That's a whole nother situation there. But pretty much he likes the way the running back room looks. And also with the fact that, New Jack City Dart, and we also have the fullback and a Picard. It's just the deck is stacked against that option right there, unfortunately. But fortunately,
GhostDog mixtape
for
original.
Some other Giants fans like myself, the possibility of landing a Sonny Styles or a Caleb Downs is just that much more in play. Honestly, and quite frankly, I'm with it. We need that depth in the defense. I'm cool. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. To have a weapon like a Love in this offense would be dope. It's just, man. Sometimes too much is just too much. And not enough is not enough. So we got to go get something for the not enough. And we got too many mouths to feed in the running back room. Because, look, say what you want to say. I think Cam Scatterbo is an up-and-coming star as long as he stays healthy. And Tyron Tracy is a great compliment to him. So we're going to be all right there, man. At number 5, man, I would rather us move down than pick Jeremiah Love. Yes, I said it. Damn it. Yes. But I digress. Continuing on, right? Also, he was also asked about the running back position later on in the questionnaire. And I just noticed that the way the reporter had asked the question had like a little bit of a tinge of a reminder or like a callback to number 26, right? And it was just so funny with the response because, Joe Schoen does what he does. He, at the time it wasn't what it was, but now it's different. Things are different, trying to cover up for his blunders from the past, and it's a blunder. That will be forever a stain on his resume. And I don't look, people gonna have their opinions, but for me, it's set in stone. That's a stain he's got to wear. And I just noticed that after that question, it seemed like the temperature in the room just got hot because he just started getting nervous, looking nervous. The anxiety was sweating, fumbling his words later on at one point, right? With answering certain questions about certain players. So about certain contract situations. So look, he on notice, and he's been on notice, and this is gonna be a big draft for him. Pause. It's gonna be huge, major key, because he can't mess this one up. And it's going to be hard to do so because I think as long as you get a talent like a Downs or a Styles, and hey, look, if it so happens to be a Love or even a Tate, I think they're going to be all right because the rest of the draft has plenty of other talent in certain positions that, you know, we need to address as far as depth. Depth. Key word, man. Depth. Yeah, slip up with the words. They also asked him about the guard position and the Van Rotens and the John Runnions and all that, man. Look, the way it got played out for the, you know, the free agency and what have you, it is what it is. People got mad with the Daniel Falele. I understand it. People got mad with the Evan Neal. Hey, look, I understand it even more. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shakes. He said Harbaugh is just one of those coaches who don't want to give up on his players. Daniel Falele is one of them, right? And Evan Neal now is going to be another one. So it's a situation where, point blank period, they're throwing bodies at the whole issue, and they're hoping that the talent just rises to the top. And I'm hoping for it as well, man, because look, Evan Neal, first rounder, drafted at right tackle, even though he played left tackle, should be a left guard. I digress, right? They got Falele. They got a couple other names in there with their Zoodoos and what have yous. So, again, they're throwing bodies at the issue. Is it going to work? I hope so. As a Giants fan, I hope it does. I hope to see, Evan Neal salvage career. I hope to see Daniel Falele do something good because, you know, at the end of the day, they Giants, so why wouldn't I? That being the case, in this draft, absolutely. We need to restock this stable, man. Absolutely, without a doubt. And, you know, it sucks because in the third round, which we have no picks in, that's where you usually find those good interior offensive linemen. And we need that here, big time. We're going to need that here for the run game specifically because that's how this team is going to play. And we definitely going to need it for the pass game. We're going to just need it, period, man. Trenches, trenches, trenches. I can't stress that enough. I can't. Fundamentals, major key in football, man. But that's my rant, man. I went on long enough. My quick breakdown of how I felt about the, GM Joe Schoen's for the New York Football Giants, his pre-draft presser. And man, look, it's going to be hard to mess this one up. But he messed up a lot of other situations. Well, 26 is definitely one of them. There's argument there for Xavier McKinney, even trading away Leonard Williams and all that. So, but I'm getting too far into it, man. You already know what it is, man. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Can't stress enough. And as I always do around this time, man, give y'all a big blue salute and peace.
From the shadows of MetLife to Mike's last track, GhostDog repping Big Blue, never looking back. Podcast sales, that's deep in the fog. Gridiron echoes follow the phantom dog. Jersey glows under moonless skies. Fades with the beat, but never truly dies. He barks once loud, a New York anthem blast. The vanishes like stories to podcast pass.
This is a GhostDog mixtape original.